Hello, everyone. This is Tanya Barbie of I Am Still a Rose. In spite of it all, no matter what challenges we are faced with, from day in and day out, ladies, we are still that beautiful rose. And we go through so many things. And I tend to think the more we move forward, the more we have that perseverance, the more things will work in our favor. But we have to have that stamina in spite of all the challenges. We just got to let it go and let it flow. Just let it go and let it flow. And tonight, I'm so sorry I'm late. I was supposed to be here at 9:30, but the game had to it started a little later, so we got out of there pretty late. But tonight we're going to talk about let it go. I'm Tanya Barbie. I am still a rose, and I'm a writer. I am working on I'm working on a play right now, and I'm also a person that I hope, because of the things that I've gone through, that listening to me, you won't go through them. So I'm hoping and praying that we're on the same accord and my pain won't be your pain. How about that? So without further ado, I wanted to talk tonight about letting it go. So many of us, hey Cindy, thanks for joining, and hello Kelly, thanks for joining. We have a tendency to hold on to things that have hurt us. We don't forget it. We it hurts us. It we have a lot of pain. And when we don't let go, it affects our life. It affects our livelihood. It affects our physical being, our mental being. It affects our stability. And my conversation tonight is just let it go. Let it go. I was talking to a friend who was abused 10 years ago, and she will not go dating. She will not go meeting other people. She goes home right after work and she's in the house until the next day. And she might go shopping on the weekends, but she's looking forward to going to work because that is her pretty much her only outing because of something that happened drastically to her back 10 years ago. And my conversation to her, I tried my best to persuade her to give it a try. And she says, absolutely no. When I gave it a try 10 years ago, it almost took my life. And she got no therapy. She was not talking to a confidant that can help her through it. She's not reading self-help books. She's on ID station day in and day out. The moment she's home from work, she's watching the ID station about killings, about fatal attraction cases, cold cases, what have you, anything related to a man hurting a woman. So she won't do it because she's thinking all those things that happen and that are real will happen to her as well. And my heart goes out to her. But as I was thinking about it, thinking about her in general, it occurred to me that there's so many others that have not let go. And the more we hold on to the pain, the more we hold on to the divorce, the fact that I have some readers that have told me their husbands left them for a younger woman. And my heart goes out to them because I can only imagine what they're feeling. And they have children too. In both cases, they have children. And their husbands left them for someone else that both cases, co-workers. And they can't get over it. Imagine that. Somebody that you shared your vows with has decided to move on with another woman and it's not you. And and you have children, and now you're raising them alone because he started a new family with another woman that he was dealing with while he was married to you. Imagine the pain that these women are suffering from the fact that their husband left them for a younger woman, a woman, period. My 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 advice to them is, let him go and be grateful that he's gone, because he's not the right one. Anybody who will cheat on you and disrespect you and your home is not the one for you in the first place. So why hold on to that? Why hold on to that pain when he's moving on? He's smiling every day because he's got a new love, a younger love. He's starting a new life. He's missing you. He's missing some things about you that she doesn't have, but nonetheless, he's still gone. Don't waste your time with someone who is not with you, who's not with you physically and mentally. You don't need him in your life. So my advice to you is to let it go. Let it go. Because if you continue to harp on the fact that this man left you, again, he's moving on, he's laughing, he's going to work, he's providing for his new family, and you're over there in pain. You can barely get out of the bed, you're eating yourself crazy because you don't know what to do, you feel like you're about to have a nervous breakdown. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's okay to move on, but guess what you have to do first? You have to forgive him. You have to forgive him. You have to be kind. You have to let the kids go with him. You have to smile. You have to wave at them. Y'all take care. Have a great day. Because when you start releasing all that anger, all that animosity, you will be blessed immensely. And all that pain that you're feeling today will be replaced with happiness in due season. But you have to first get there. If you continue to have a hardened heart, you will continue to be by yourself with that hardened heart, because nobody else will want to be around you because you're still in pain over someone who's remarried, someone who's living his life with someone else. So please let it go. Let it go. And then we have those that are just unforgiveness, period. Family members. Family members may say something to you that's totally inappropriate. And you decide, I'm shutting them off forever. It could be a mother, it could be a father, it could be a sister, it could be a first cousin, whatever the case. You are so angry with what they said to you that you don't ever want to see them again. You don't ever want to talk to them again. Why? Why would you let some conversation go to that level where you don't want to ever talk to that person again? Because the worst thing that happens in situations like that, it becomes generational, where your pain, your unforgiveness is trickled down to your children. And then your children say, I don't know why we're not speaking to them, but mama said XYZ, so we got to do XYZ also. Next thing you know, they're doing the same thing and they don't even know why you're upset in the first place. They just saw you being very rude, and as a result of that, they follow your lead. So you got all these people being mean to each other in a family because of one misunderstanding or one rude comment. And it got to that point where the whole family shut down. And they don't want to talk to Aunt Susie anymore because mama didn't talk to Aunt Susie. And then you can't talk to Aunt Susie's kids because mama's mad at Aunt Susie. So you can't talk to the kids either. So the next thing you know, it's a breakage in a family. There's a disconnection. And why? Over miscommunication. We need to resolve these issues and let go of all the drama. Just let it go. Um, Boss made you mad at work, said something totally derogatory to you, and you can't let it go because it hurts your feelings. You're a hard worker. You're in there from day in, day out, and somebody questions you, and it bothers you because that person misunderstood you. And you're like, where did this come from? I'm a good employee. I'm here every day. I'm a team player. Why would they come at me sideways? Why did they come at you sideways? It's not for you to even try to figure out. Your focus should be to bring that money home to your family, not somebody said something sideways to you and hurt your feelings, and you're not going to ever let them lie down. You're going to keep bringing it up, and you're going to keep being mad. You're going to keep pouting. You're not going to speak to anybody. You're just going to go in there with an attitude every day. Let it go. Let it go. You're there to do a job. So what if they don't like you? So what if they come at you sideways? Do you know I got a promotion from watching people treat me poorly in the workplace? I wrote about it. It's a book, a short story book coming out probably in another few months. I did it through my church, First Baptist Highland Park, in Landover, Maryland. And my piece in that book talked about how coworkers were so mean to me. Bosses were part of that. And sometimes my chest would hurt. I would walk in that door and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to go in here again. I got to go to work. Oh, these people are so mean. How am I going to deal with this? But I stopped thinking about them. And no matter how bad they treated me, I stayed focused on the mission. We don't work for them, we work for God. And if you continue to keep the mission in the forefront, just focus on what your job entails and do your best to execute that mission. Don't care about your surroundings. Just focus on what you are supposed to do. And I guarantee you at some point you're going to be noticed. And another thing about being noticed and getting praise, you might not get it. You might not get it there, but somebody important is watching you. And you never know when that time presents itself where you get promoted out of that situation, whether it be a new location, some more money, a temporary increase, a spot award, whatever it may be. But you can't focus on your surroundings. You can't do it because it will hinder your growth in the organization where you work. So stay focused on the mission, not the haters on the job. Because you're going to always, if you are a rose lady, you're going to always have haters. You got to receive that. You got to embrace it. You have to accept that. Because the one thing about being a rose, people want what you have. And if people want what you have and they don't think that they're going to be able to attain what you have, guess what they're going to do? They're going to try to break your spirit. They're going to try to break you down. They're going to come at you with everything they have to push your buttons, to make you not be the beautiful rose that you are. So you have to go in with pride, with conviction. Be proud of yourself. Be proud of your accomplishments. Be kind to everybody, even those that are not kind to you. Let it go. Don't waste any more time festering, gossiping about what somebody said to you, what somebody did to you on the job. Just focus on the mission and what you need to do to excel on your job. Your focus is bringing that money home. Don't ever forget that. That is your focus. Don't focus on who likes you and who doesn't like you, because overall, nobody there likes you, not even the boss. They don't like us. They just want to get the work done and get the work done. Don't care whether they like you or not. Don't focus on that. Just work on you and doing the best you can on your job. Let it go. Um, a parent. I've had parents, mommy, who said some things to me that I never understood growing up. And I couldn't believe some of the things I heard growing up. But looking back, do you know I could fester in that and not let it go. But I've decided to anything in my head that is negative, I'm going to do everything in my power to let it go because I don't want it to hinder me from being the best person that I can be. And occasionally, a parent may say something to you that's derogatory. A parent may tell you something that's very hurtful. But you got to do your best to realize, oh, they probably had a bad day. They didn't mean it, or they did mean it, but you can't let anything rock your boat to keep you from being the best human being that you can possibly be. So you have to let it go. You cannot focus on negativity because when you do, it impacts your life. It impacts your spirit. It impacts your growth. You gotta let it go. Death, even. If someone that you have loved so much dies, this is a hard one. You gotta let it go. They are where they're supposed to be now with God, provided they live right and they knew God. They're with God. You can't be at a better place than there with God. Now, a lot of us don't let death go because we were terrible in their life, whether it be being mean to a mom. I've gone to several funerals where members of the family try to jump in the casket. Okay, y'all know what that's about, right? Guilt. They were not good to those people that died in their family. So they get this huge amount of guilt. And all of a sudden, Daddy, don't leave me. Daddy, Daddy, I'm coming with you. All of a sudden, because they weren't kind to their father. They weren't kind to their mother. They were mean. They were abusive. They were emotionally messed up. They didn't do right. So that takes a lot out of people who have been mean to people. Then they got this guilt thing and they can't let it go. So death is hard for them because they weren't right. When you treat people right, when you love people right, and when God takes them away from this earth, just embrace the memories that you have. Don't sit there and mourn them for 20 years. Don't do that. We're not supposed to do that. You got to live your life and live it to its fullest. When I'm gone from here, my babies better not be crying and trying to jump in the casket. They better take care of me while mommy is alive. And I want them to celebrate. I mean, a party when I'm gone. Right after they put me in the ground, I want them to drop it like it's hot. Do celebrate like their mom would be celebrating. That's what I want my family to do for me. Put this on record. Um, stop mourning over somebody that you've lost. We have a specific period of time we're supposed to mourn the loss of somebody. And it is so much easier for us when we focus on the good times, the times before they got sick, the times before somebody took their life. You focus on the positive that you remember about them, and that will help you through that ordeal. But by all means, you got to let it go because pain, sorrow, any type will just take over your body. And do you know that is one reason why there's so much cancer? We're always so consumed. Our body, the gas builds up in our stomach because of the worrying, because of the anxiety. If you can't pay a bill, just call the creditors. Tell them you're having some issues and you need 6 months to pay the bill. Talk to people. Whatever you do, don't be so worried about it, so consumed about it that it affects you physically. Because if it affects you physically, it will start affecting you mentally. And then you got some more issues. Then it affects your family all over some bills. It's okay. We all go through that. Call the creditors and let them know you got some issues. They don't even be mean anymore. It's against the law. Talk to them, write it down that you talk to them when you talk to them, and tell them you can pay them $10, $15 until you get back on your feet. Tell them you're furloughed. Tell them whatever it takes. Yeah, nobody's furloughed right at this moment, but still, tell them whatever it takes to get that burden off of you. And another thing, we got friends that like to bring us their problems. And they call that putting the monkey on your back. Get that monkey off your back because they're not your problems. Let it go. It's not yours. It's not yours to hold on to. So don't hold on to it. Let that crap go. Um, Love your life to the fullest. Singletary, that is his name, right? He's gone. That man was 30, 31, I mean 51 years old, 50 at the least. And now he's got his family fighting over his estate. Why? If your family members don't leave you, just say your cousin died, your auntie died, and you were her next of kin. She didn't leave you anything. She left it to the church, her church that was there for her. You may not have been there for her. Maybe you visited her once a month, okay? Wasn't enough for her. So she gave everything to the church. Now, why are you going to go fight the church to get her money? Why? I think if people have their own stuff, less chance they need to be worrying about what somebody leaves them or not leaves them. I think it's a disgrace that we fight over who's going to get what when somebody is deceased, when if they didn't leave it to you, it's not yours to have. So why are you fighting over it? Let it go. Get your own stuff. If they wanted you to have it, they would have done what they needed to do to make sure you had it. So let it go. Um, don't hold grudges. Let that stuff go. People make you mad. Be man or woman enough to stand up to them and say, "Hey, look, let's get this out in the open. You hurt my feelings, and I think we need to talk about it. Let me tell you what you said that got to me. I can't sleep at night. It's really bothering me. I want to talk to you about it. Here it is." Get it out. Don't go tell 9 members of your family and not tell the culprit. Go to the culprit. Go to the source and get it off your chest. Let it go. They've forgotten about it. They've already let it go. But you're holding on to it. You're holding these grudges in for what? Um, families. Families. We're all we got. We all we have. Why are we so disconnected? Why can't we work together as one to get things accomplished? Why don't we do that? Why do we fight and bicker about nothing? Who's the favorite? Who's mommy's favorite? Who's daddy's favorite? Oh, you're not his favorite. I am. Oh, no, you're not. He was talking about you yesterday. Why do we do that? Let it go. Let's focus on being the best person that we can be and just let go of all that nonsense. Hello, Dennis. Thank you for joining. Thank you all for joining tonight. Forgive. Forgive. Yes, I understand, ladies. He left you for the younger woman. That has to burn your heart. I can relate. I hadn't been left for the younger woman, but I've been through some things. And you know what? I can look at everyone that's hurt me and I can smile and say, "Hello. How are you today?" And genuinely care about their well-being. Because I have learned how to forgive those who have hurt me, who have betrayed me, who've lied to me and told me things that just didn't come to fruition. Just let it go. Life is too short. And if you want to live the best life that you can live, you got to learn to forgive people. You got to learn to smile more. You got to learn to be free more. You got to learn to not work so hard, but play too. You got to have some balance there. You got to enjoy who you are. Enjoy your life to the fullest. Stop working so hard. Stop wondering who likes you and who doesn't, and what you can do to make somebody like you. Forget them people. Everybody's not going to like you. You don't even need everybody to like you, because some people you shouldn't even be around in the first place because they don't like you and they don't have your best interest at heart. And you know who those people are, but you keep them around because they're familiar. They make you feel comfortable because you know who they are. Forget them. Close those doors. If they're not intentionally good for you, and they're not promoting you, they're not elevating you, they're not making you feel good, they're making you feel bad. I used to have girlfriends that say, "I don't like your lipstick. Oh, I don't like that makeup. Oh, I don't like those earrings. Where you get them from? Oh, I don't like them." If someone can immediately come in your presence and say everything about you that they don't like you. It's not the lipstick. It's not the earrings. It's not the shirt you have on. It's not the pretty dress that you have on. Notice I said pretty dress. It's they do not like you. And you should not be around people that don't like you. In that case, let those people go. They're not your friends. If you have a spouse who consistently puts you down every day, day in and day out, he is not a person that should be called your spouse. And vice versa. Men, if you have someone in your life who is consistently putting you down day in and day out, not helping you, but always hurting you by saying negative things, they are not the people that should be in your life. Maybe if you're married, you need counseling, you need to work it out. But a lot of times people are with people and they can't stand the people that they're with. Why do we do that? Let it go. Let them go so you can be the happiest person that you need to be. Because you cannot be the most successful and be unhappy. You gotta be happy within yourself. You got to let go of all that animosity, all those things that have built up that are just killing you on the inside, hurt after hurt. Let it go. Don't even be in contact with people who have hurt you. Why would you? I got girlfriends who will go backwards. New boyfriend didn't work, so I'll pick up the phone and go backwards. Why? They didn't last while you were with them. Why waste your time going back? They didn't change. They're the same people. Why waste your time instead of healing from that new relationship that didn't work out so that you can be prepared better for the next relationship? Let it go. Don't look back. Always look forward. Always look forward. And always look forward to have the best of the best in your life. We're all worthy of the best, but we won't get it if we're still in our mess. We won't get, oh, I like that. We won't get the best if we're still in our mess. So get out of your mess. Do whatever it takes to elevate, move forward, not backwards. Um, Learn to embrace every day. Learn from your mistakes. Don't go forward making the same mistakes. A lot of times, when we see ourselves in a circle of confusion and you don't know what in the world is going on, why you? It's because you never got the healing and you never worked on yourself to make sure you won't make the same mistakes. If you don't work on yourself, why wouldn't you repeat where you just left? Why wouldn't you get the same person, just another face? Because you didn't work on yourself. You got to work and work and work. You should never, ever give up on you. No matter what you've gone through, no matter what mistakes you've made, you can always pick up the big girl panties, put them back on, and start all over again. Hold your head up high and evaluate what you did, how you did it, and what you need to do to move forward. That's what you need to do. And while you're doing that, it's okay to say, I really messed up this time. However, I know what I need to do to move forward. And keep doing that until you get it right. But stop wasting your time with friends who are not your friends, who keep putting you down. Let go of a boss saying something negative to you on the job that hurts your feelings. Continue to go in there and smile. The worst thing you can do to a boss is hurt you is smile and say, all right, okay, thank you. And keep doing your work. They'll be like, what's wrong with that girl? Is she crazy? Oh, wow, look at this report she has delivered. Oh my gosh, what is up? What is up? You're a winner. You don't have time for losers. And bosses can be losers too. And you can be so much more smarter than them. And that's half the issue. You're a smart person and they don't know how to deal with that because a lot of bosses are insecure with themselves. So here you are, a smart woman, a smart man, and they don't know how to deal with that. So you, my friend, my beautiful Rose, you have to stand above that. Just step above it. Smile and keep it moving. Hurt on the inside, go home, cuss, beat the steering wheel up, just don't do road rage. And just say to yourself, I got this. Tomorrow's going to be even better because I'm going to show her I'm going to be even more happier. Dress nice, hold your head up high. Ladies, don't. I saw a lady come to work today. She had on some crazy pants, a big old shirt, and shoes look like she should be gardening in. And I'm like, wow, and she's in this prestigious place that we work. What was she thinking? People don't care anymore. It is not that, and people make good salaries. It's not that she probably didn't have the clothing. People just don't care about stuff like that. But when you present yourself well and hold your head up high, you're going to be noticed by the people that you need to be noticed from. And one thing for sure, God will always be checking you out if you're doing the best job that you can, no matter who's looking. And you come in there and you're correct every day. That's what we're supposed to be doing. And don't care if people are hating on you. Let it go. That's a compliment. If ain't nobody hating on you, you ain't doing nothing. So you should embrace people hating on you. That means you're being noticed. That means you're doing something right. That means you are somebody that needs to be reckoned with. And be proud of that. Stand tall, hold your head up, and be proud of who you are, Rose. Gentlemen, you got to do what you got to do. Let that mess go. And men, I know hurting men that's read my book. You don't know my story. I've heard from so many men at least about 15 that I'm thinking about polling them, um, getting their personal story and doing a novel about what men go through. Because a lot of them are bitter. They don't even want to start a new life because they're still holding grudges because they had to leave. When the woman left them, they had to give her a big settlement, like 50, 60, $100,000, the house and the car. And they're bitter. They're holding on to that stuff. And I'm like, they're all making good money. I don't know why they can't start over again. But I guess for some people, no, why should they be able to? Why should they have to start over? I got it. I understand their pain. But they're holding on to it. They're not focusing on the fact that they can regroup and start over again. They're thinking of, she took my money. She got my car. She got my beautiful home that we got together. I can't go back to that house. I got to start over. I'm living in an apartment and she's living in a 4-bedroom home. Dude, get over it. Let it go. Oh, she bringing a dude up in there too? Oh my gosh. But you forgot you was cheating on her. She was able to get all that because you had an affair. You didn't want to bring that up. Or on the other side, the flip side of that coin, a woman just walks away from her children, didn't look back, and he had to raise the kids and give her money. And she didn't even raise the kids. So a lot of dynamics. I got it. We go through a lot of stuff because humans are humans. They will be humans. We are created to make mistakes. It doesn't mean we have to fester in it. We have to stay there. We have to be in our pain forever. We got to get through that. Stop soaking. Ladies, stop getting in that bed, eating that ice cream and that chips. I've been there. I'm with you, honey. I've been there. But I realize it affects our health. And then if our health is affected, we wonder why we have so many knee issues, because that weight on our little bitty knees is like, help me, help me. We gotta take care of ourselves. And the more we eat and the more we lay in the bed, we don't walk. And we gotta walk. We gotta take care of ourselves. If we walk long enough, we can start jogging again. We can start exercising. But start with the walks and being grateful of all these things that God has created for us: the birds, the trees, the lakes, the ponds. Um, Embrace all of that, but you gotta let it go. You can't let it affect your life. You can't let it destroy who God has created you to be. If you stay in that pain, do you know you miss the opportunity to be the best person that God has created you to be? You got to get out of that pain. You can't stay there. You got to move beyond it so that you can grow, so that you can find that love that you're interested in, so that you can just love on your own life. You got to let it go. You got to let it go. So I just wanted to talk about that tonight because that friend of mine really concerned me, that it was 10 years ago since she was in a relationship and she has no plans whatsoever of meeting anybody, because I was trying to set her up because she's gotten her face all cute, and I'm like, oh, you're the only person gonna see your pretty face? Yeah, I'm going home and watching TV. And I'm like, but wow, why don't you want to go out and get to know some people and want me to take you dancing? No, I don't want you to take me dancing. I will kill a person that hurts me. So I realized I had to let it go because her mindset is, the next person will hurt me. So I will not be bothered with a next person. There will not be a next person. That negativity is killing us women. because she's not the only woman I know that is running home right after work because of the pain that they have suffered throughout their years and in relationships, whether it be their children's father, their last husband, their only husband, what have you, or being physically abused when they were boyfriend, girlfriend. We have to let that stuff go. Do whatever you can to get therapy. I am not discounting it by no means. It could have been devastating. It could have been the worst thing that's ever happened to you. You still have to get the therapy you need in order to let it go so that you can live your life to the fullest. So I just wanted to put that out there. I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. I'm so sorry I was late tonight. Please let it go. Be the best person that you can be. Ladies, be the rose that you are. All of those thorns. We're going to have a dynamic conference gathering for the women September 21st. In Bowie, Maryland. I'm so looking forward to it. We have Cheryl Wood, we have Ladrine Peterson, we have Nikki Arnarado, we have Allison Daniels. It is going to be off the chain. Then you got me talking about the rose. And all those thorns that we need to let go, whether it be divorce, child abuse, rape, molestation, betrayal, separation, loss, whatever. We got to let it go. Dennis says, when you learn to love yourself and learning who you are, it's then you will learn what and who to let in your circle of happiness. Dennis, that is so true. We need to do a better job of loving ourselves, because the moment we love ourselves, Dennis, then nobody who has any inkling of an act of harm to you would even want to be in your life. It'll be too much work to break you down. So people who harm people, because there are a lot of narcissists out here that look for people who are hurting so that they can hurt them some more. But if you love yourself and you've done the homework to get your act together personally, physically, and mentally, and emotionally, and spiritually, it'll be hard for them to break down your armor. They won't even want to give you the time of day. And that's where we all should be trying to concentrate to be the best that we can be. Dennis, you are absolutely right. We need to love on ourselves to the very fullest. So I want to thank you all. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube station, all of these videos will end up on YouTube. John Clement is my partner in crime, and he helps me out so much. I don't know what I'd do without him. And I'm on podcasts, Barbie's Real Talk. Woohoo! A lot of these should be recorded and on podcasts, but no, I do a whole nother project on podcast as well. And my books, The Little Girl Inside, and I Am Still a Rose in Spite of. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm going to do some excerpts from I Am Still a Rose really soon. I hope you enjoy it. You guys, you have no idea how much I enjoy having you. Thank you for joining. Whatever issues you have, may I suggest you let it go. Be the best that you can be, no matter what. Thank you for joining. I'm Tanya Barbie, and I'll see you next time. Bye now. Thank you. Remember, I'm still a rose.